Hello, my name is Rodrigo Regoza, and today I will be sharing a session called Interactive Phonics Centers for Early Literacy. This presentation will focus on practical strategies that teachers can use to engage students in phonics instruction while also supporting diverse learners through differentiation and RTI. I am happy and excited to show you how interactive centers can transform phonics instruction into something more hands-on, fun, and effective. And here are the objectives. By the end of this presentation, you will understand why phonics instruction is such a key component of early literacy development. Explore 5 interactive phonics centers that make learning engaging and hands-on. Learn specific strategies to differentiate these centers for English language learners and students with exceptional needs. And finally, you'll leave with your own practical ideas for implementing phonics centers in your own classroom. My goal is that you'll walk away with not only an understanding of these strategies, but also some activities that you can put into practice right away. Phonics instruction is foundational for early literacy. Research from the Science of Reading movement highlights that systematic explicit phonics instruction is essential for developing strong readers. The National Reading Panel says that phonics helps students understand how letters and sounds connect, which supports decoding skills, automaticity, and eventually fluency and comprehension. For younger learners, especially ELs, strong phonics instruction provides an entry point into accessing text and becoming confident readers. When phonics instructions is interactive and engaging, we can also reduce frustration and build motivation for students who may struggle otherwise. Now we'll take a look at the 5 interactive phonics centers that we'll focus on today. These centers are designed to engage students in hands-on phonics practice while addressing different learning needs. We have word sorts and letter tiles. They allow students to manipulate letters and sounds and build word recognition skills. We have phonics bingo and other games. They bring fun, friendly competition into learning. We have sound scavenger hunts, which encourage students to connect phonics to the world around them. We have interactive story builders, which let students use targeted phonics words to create their own stories. And finally, technology integrated centers to leverage apps or platforms like Seesaw or Epic to provide interactive digital practice. Each center targets specific phonics skills and can be adapted to meet the needs of all learners, including ELs and students who might require T2 or T3 interventions. Our first center is word sorts and letter tiles. In this activity, students will sort letters and words according to sound, spelling patterns, or rhyming families. This helps strengthen their phonemic awareness and decoding skills, which are critical for early reading fluency. Differentiation is key here. You can use color-coded tiles for students who need visual supports, pair students strategically for peer learnings, or organize them into small groups to ensure each child receives targeted guidance. Research shows that hands-on manipulative-based phonics instruction improves student engagement and retention, and word sorts are a great example of that. Our second center is phonics bingo and games. These activities make phonics practice fun and interactive by incorporating word families, blends, or digraphs into game formats. Games like bingo not only reinforce phonics patterns through repetition, but they also keep students motivated and engaged. You can differentiate by adjusting the difficulty of the words on each card or by pairing students strategically so stronger readers can support peers. This type of learning aligns with evidence-based strategies for early literacy, showing that interactive game-based phonics instruction improves retention and student confidence. That is also from the National Reading Panel. By the end of this center, students would have had meaningful practice with key phonics skills while enjoying the process, which increases the likelihood that they'll transfer these skills into writing and reading tasks. The third center is a sound scavenger hunt. In this activity, students actively search for items and pictures that begin with or contain certain target sounds. This hands-on approach connects phonics to the real world, helping students see the practical application of what they are learning. Differentiation can be applied here also by providing visual aids for students who need that extra support, organizing students into small groups, and of course pairing students strategically so that peers can help each other. Guthrie and Wigfield say that sound hunts encourage movement, collaboration, and problem solving while reinforcing phonics patterns. And their research indicates that combining movement and phonics practice enhances memory and retention, especially for younger learners and ELs. These centers is a fun way to practice phonics while also building engagement and excitement around reading. Center 4 are interactive story builders. In this activity, students use phonics words they've been learning to build their own stories. This allows them to apply phonics knowledge into a meaningful context, integrating reading and writing skills. To differentiate, you can provide sentence starters or word banks for students who need that support, or allow students to work with partners. This ensures that all learners can successfully participate and feel confident in their story creation. Now, interactive story building aligns with Gansky's research on writing to read approaches, which shows that integrating phonics instruction with meaningful writing tasks enhances both phonics mastery and comprehension. By encouraging students in creating their own stories, we give them ownership of their learning, we foster their creativity, and deepen their understanding of phonics patterns. And finally, our fifth and final center is the Technology Integrated Center. This center uses digital tools like Seesaw, Epic, or other phonics apps to provide interactive phonics patterns. Students can engage with the content through multimedia activities that reinforce the skills they learned in other centers. Differentiation is built in choices like choice boards or assignments at varying levels, and teachers can provide students with guided support if they need that extra help. Kavanaugh's research shows that purposeful integration of technology and phonics instruction can enhance engagement and support individualized learning. Digital centers allow students to practice independently while teachers can monitor feedback and provide targeted feedback to their learners. This center combines traditional phonics instructions with modern tools to meet the needs of today's learners, particularly those who are motivated by interactive and tech-based activities. Now we can connect each of these centers to the different differentiation and RTI practices. Not every student learns at the same pace or with the same support, so these centers are designed to meet students where they are. So Tier 1, of course, would be whole class instruction where all students engage with the core phonics lessons. Tier 2 is small targeted support for students who need extra practice with specific phonics skills. And Tier 3 is intensive one-on-one intervention using these centers to address significant reading challenges. By using these centers in a structured way, we can provide the scaffolding support that meets diverse learners while also ensuring that all students are progressing towards literacy goals. Connor's research shows that combining differentiated instruction with phonics centers increases reading outcomes for early learners, particularly ELs and struggling readers. Now we can talk about practical implementation tips for these centers. Grouping strategies are key. You can organize students into small groups, pairs, or learning stations depending on the size of your class and the activity. This ensures each student gets the targeted practice while maintaining classroom flow. Time management is another critical factor. You can consider rotating centers in about 15 to 20-minute increments so students will stay engaged and you can monitor each group effectively. Material preparation makes a huge difference as well. You have all resources ready and easy to access: letter tiles, word cards, digital devices, or story templates to minimize any downtime that you have. Finally, think about classroom setup. Arrange spaces so students can work independently without distraction, but close enough that you can provide support when needed. When you have these logistics in place, your phonics centers will run smoothly, maximizing both engagement and the learning outcome for all students. As we wrap it up, it is important to think about next steps for reflection. Consider which of these centers you'll try first in your classroom. You might start with one or two that feel most manageable and align with your students' current needs. Also reflect how you support diverse learners such as EL, struggling readers, or students with exceptional needs. Adjust materials, groupings, and support to ensure everyone can participate successfully. And finally, plan for ongoing reflection and adjustment. Pay close attention to what works, what needs tweaking, and how your students respond. Continual reflection ensures that these centers will remain effective and responsive to your students' learning needs. Remember, the goal is to make phonics instruction engaging, interactive, and supportive for all students while building their confidence and skills. And this slide references the strategies that I used and discussed today. I've included research from the science of reading, phonics instruction studies, and technology integration in early literacy. These sources guided the design of these centers and different differentiation strategies that we explored. And this ensures that everything that you learned in this video is grounded in evidence-based practice.